Oh my gosh, I didn't unmute my mic. Hello. Hello everyone. Hi Lasang, Bug, Jilly, Super. How are we doing today, guys? Did everyone have a good day? Now, I will preface. I'm tired. So I am not sure if we'll game today. I know you wanted Monty Hunter, and I will do my best to get Monty Hunter, to play Monty Hunter, but these past 3 days, whew, I have been pooped. I've been busy all day. I have been busy all freaking day. I'll show you guys actually. Hold up. Let me get the pictures off my phone. So, let me just see here. Let me get the pictures up. So, I was doing a bunch of cooking today. And what I did was I made, well, firstly, if you haven't been in the stream for the past couple days, those who have been in the stream the past couple days will know just how crazy it's been. Wednesday I was at my grandparents' house cleaning all day, washed their dogs, all that fun stuff. Yesterday what did I do yesterday actually? I forgot already. I don't even remember what I was doing yesterday, but I was doing so much. And you know what's so crazy too? I'm sitting here in my sweater. It has been hot as fuck the past couple days. Today I was slaving away. It was so freaking hot, and now it's overcast and it's starting to feel cold. But yesterday I was really busy, and then today I did a bunch of cooking. So let me just, sorry. I have a personal Discord server that that no one else is in but me, and I use it to just send pictures to myself so I can upload them from my phone to my computer. Let me see here. Where is my? There we go. So. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so yes, I made a bunch of food today, because basically the reason I was gonna do this on Sunday, but the reason that I did it today was because I bought. Have you ever played Cassette Beasts? No, I haven't. The reason that I cooked today was because I bought a leek a week ago, a little over a week ago, because I was meant to make potato and leek soup, and I just kept putting it off. And well, the leek, he was looking real sad. I didn't think he was gonna make it to the weekend. So hi Carmen, welcome in. I don't know why the audio isn't working anymore. It's really bothering me, but considering I'm only here for another month, I'm trying not to let it bother me too much. But I don't know why my Mix It Up just in general isn't working, and I'm not sure why. Maybe let me just have a quick look-see. Hi Floofer, welcome. Why are you? Why am I what? It worked, it was just low. Oh, you're probably hearing it through my headset. It's probably picking up in my mic. Because it's quite loud in my headset. Nope. I'm just gonna have a quick look, guys, and then we'll just get back to it, because I don't think... Dun, 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 dun. Have you ever played Pokemon? No, I haven't. No, I have not. I'm not a Pokemon person. Ugh. Logged in. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, man. Oh, well. I was honestly thinking of uninstalling it and then reinstalling it, but I'm worried that it's gonna remove everything, which it most likely will, because that's just how dumb it is. But how was your day? It was good. It was good. I'm about to get into the nitty-gritty of it all. So, oh my god, I can't get back to the thing I was just on. Okay, cool. So, what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, my leek. Yes, I bought a leek, and oh, that's right. I gotta talk to you guys about stuff. You guys didn't remind me from yesterday. I bought a leek. I was gonna do some meal prepping on Sunday for the next week, but the leek was not gonna make it. So I decided to meal prep for next week today and put everything in the freezer. And so I guess my video today made people think you're a Pokemon fan. Oh no. So I did a bunch of baking, bunch of cooking today. I'll show you guys those pictures, cause they turned out pretty freaking snazzy. So I don't have like pictures of the food made really, because the food got put into containers and it doesn't look that appetizing, if I'm completely honest. But I'll show you these pictures here. I'm just saving them now. So there we go. Perfect. Okay, so why leek? Because I made potato leek soup. It's one of my favorite soups. Okay, so I firstly made my bread. Oh god, it's massive. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bread. Look at her. She's beautiful. And look at that. Fluffy as hell. Airy. This is the first loaf I've made in a while where it's turned out pretty decent. The ends were really good. The middle was still a bit dense, so I think I'm gonna try and replicate this recipe and then split it into two loaves, because this recipe here is smaller than I normally make and much more wet. It was a wet dough. I normally follow a different recipe, and I kind of just wing it, to be honest. Did it have that bread crunch? It did. It was so crunchy. No, I normally use a lot of flour, to be fair. I will like mix it in the bowl, let it rise, I'll put it on the bench, put flour on the bench, knead, like. But I wanted to try a different recipe and follow it, so I followed this recipe, and it was so fucking wet. I was mixing it in the bowl by hand, and I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have a mixer, and I don't knead the dough as long as I should normally. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna time myself. So I kneaded this dough for like 10 minutes by hand. It was so sticky. I was kneading, left it in the bowl. It rose a little bit. I took it out the bowl, put it in the pan, let it rise in the pan. it was so freaking wet. It was such a wet dough, but it turned out so good. It honestly tastes just like ciabatta, and I love ciabatta. So I'm really happy with this dough. The reason there's a line in it is because I tried to score the bread, but like I said, it was so freaking wet. Like the knife just dragged across the top. It didn't cut because the dough was so wet. I can't express how wet the dough was. But I made bread. It turned out really good. It was really yummy. So I cut a bunch up and put it in the freezer to have with my soup next week. And then I have some slices left over that I'm going to eat over the weekend. And then this here is my brownie. Brownie. And it's an avocado brownie. And it's vegan. Wow! It's vegan. A vegan brownie, and it tastes so freaking good. I'm not gonna lie, it almost tastes undercooked. It's really really moist. But it's like I kinda like it. I do kinda like it. It's more like it's like a lava cake. It's just really gooey in the center. But I made this brownie. The ingredients are, well, I made one change just to make it vegan. But the ingredients are just cocoa powder, espresso, baking soda, almond flour, avocado. It says 2 eggs, but I used an egg replacement, and then vanilla and maple syrup and brown sugar. So that is the recipe. So and it tastes so good, so good. So I cut that up, and that is gonna be my snack for next week too. I might freeze some of it, but and I'll eat some on the week. I already had 2 pieces today. It was so freaking good. And apparently, well, I cut this into 18. But it's supposed to, because like I couldn't find a brownie tin, so this is actually a bread tin. And it says it makes 16. I cut it into 18, and my recipe is slightly off because one, I used the egg replacer, and then I also used sugar-free maple syrup, so the calories will be different, but the recipe I followed, if you cut your brownie into 16, gives you a brownie piece for 130 calories, so it's pretty low calorie, to be honest, and especially if you just want like a little sweet treat, because they're really moreish, like they're just really like decadent, but really yummy. And the chocolate, oh well, it's not really vegan, I guess, because the choc chips on top, you see, they're a vegan, but I had leftover chocolate chips that they were sugar free, but I don't think they were dairy free, so they do have just sugar free choc chips in it as well, because I just wanted to use them up because there was like a handful left, so I just chucked them in. But that was my brownie, and then a little showcase of my potato and leek. It's not in soup form, but I cut it up. It's cut up potatoes and leek. And that soup is well, I have okay, firstly, this soup here. So this soup is a Mod Podge. My Mod Podge soup. It's supposed to be carrot and red lentil, but I had so many leftover random bags of lentils, and I had like I had like a handful of red beans left, a handful of green lentils, a handful of split peas, a handful of like it was like a mixed bag of lentils. Like it was just like a bunch, and then I had some leftover red lentils. So I just put it all in a pot. I just put it all in a pot with some carrots, and I was gonna blitz it, but I ended up just mashing it with a potato masher. So it's really, really chunky and thick. So it's not necessarily like a soup. But when I reheat it, I'm thinking I might add some water to it to kind of liquefy it a bit, and then I'm gonna have it with my bread. It's gonna be so yum. And and then my potato leek soup. I'm attempting something strange. I'll see if I can draw it to show you guys, but oh no, my headset just turned off. No, I hate not listening to music. I'm sorry it's so quiet. I hope it's not awkward. I'll have to I need to find something that like allows me to listen to music, because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I personally have loved switching to YouTube over Twitch. I don't want to support Twitch, and I'm happy with my decision. But oh my god, is it a pain in the ass to stream on YouTube sometimes. Every 5 seconds, I'm getting an email saying, this video is copyrighted, this is copyrighted, that is copyrighted, this live stream is copyrighted. And it's like, I do everything in my power to not be copyrighted, and I still get copyrighted. I was like, how do people do this? How do people deal with this every day? It's like, oh, it drives me crazy. Oh, that's right. So let me get my little Twitch is absolute yeah. Twitch is doo-doo. We don't like Twitch over here. I used to stream on Twitch and then I moved over here. And I'm happy with my decision, but yeah, it's just been a pain in the behind. And I've been streaming on YouTube now for actively I think almost 2.5 months. I haven't been paid yet. I'm really hoping it updates soon because you have to meet a $100 threshold to like get paid. According to my analytics, I've met that threshold, and I really want them to pay me. And I want to see what it shows up on the AdSense website because I'm just more concerned about your guys' money. Because you know, especially with Superchats, I want to make sure that it's actually going to me. So hopefully, I get paid in the new year because I was working so hard to like organize my to organize everything. It took so long to get everything sorted, you know. Crazy stuff. Better not copyright yourself. Imagine the mayhem. Isn't the games you play no, it's the music. But I've been playing like I'll find a like I was listening to this Spotify playlist that said copyright free or streamer friendly, and I was still getting copyrighted. And it's like, no, part of it's not that big of an issue because you can like submit a thing, like a dispute to say you can submit a dispute to be like, hey, this, like, I was like, this song is on a copyright free playlist. And then sometimes it would go through and it'd be fine. Then other times it'd be like, no, the person still wants to copyright the video. Firstly, I don't make any fucking money, to be fair, on the videos themselves or on live streams at all. So, like, you're copyrighting nothing. You're just making my life a fucking misery having to deal with it every time. And then, yeah, I've just been playing by ear, like, trying to figure out what I can do to have a, what I can do to, have music on. But at the moment I've just been going music free because it's just been too bothersome. Do you think YouTube has a bias in favor for newer channels? What do you mean by that? Can't stay long, but I just wanted to pop in and wish everyone a wonderful night. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you. In my experience, YouTube streaming gets you more viewers. YouTube streaming has been pretty good for me, but the thing is I already had an existing fan base, so I haven't necessarily experienced any growth necessarily, but at the same time I'm not really promoting myself because I am graduating at the end of the year, so I'll be taking like a 6-month hiatus or so, 6 to 8 month hiatus, and then I'll be returning as someone different. So when that happens, I'll really have to grind and start from the bottom, but it'll be fun. It'll be good. Let's not forget that some artists get strikes these days for playing classical music live that was made by artists over 100 years ago. Really? That's crazy. Hi Nintendo, welcome. How are you? Welcome. Okay, I was about to tell you guys a story. But yes, there is a $100 threshold. That's the same with Twitch. Twitch used to be $100 and then they went down to a $50 threshold to be paid. So basically it just means that like just say you guys, just say, you know, I get just say this month I only get $30 worth of super chats. I won't get paid this month because I haven't met the $100 threshold. So that money will just stay in the balance until I meet $100, and then once I meet $100, then I get paid. But like I said, I've met that $100 threshold, but they haven't paid me, and I think it's just purely just due to how things have worked out. They will hopefully pay me in the new year. at the new pay time, but we'll have to see. If I start uploading on a 10-year-old channel versus if I start uploading on a new channel, will that newer channel be more favored by the algorithm? Do you think that it doesn't matter? I think it does. I do, but also the algorithm everywhere is just so weird that you know, there are people who post videos that just blow up for no reason, and I think that can happen whether you're on a new account or an old account, but I do think they probably do push out the newer channels. NZ, no problem, I'll call you NZ. There's plenty of royalty-free stuff. There is, but that's the thing, right? Is that I've been listening to it and still getting copyrighted. That's my issue. Like, I'm trying to find a happy medium. I was literally contemplating learning to make my own background music. Like, just making my own lo-fi music that will be my music that no one can copyright because I freaking own it. And that way, I'll be fine. Because I'm over, like, juggling who's really copyright free and who's not, you know. I detected monsters to hunt? Possibly. I'm not sure. I would think the algo favors new channels that suddenly start posting really regular. Yeah, I would definitely say if you're gonna make a new channel, you have to post regularly. That's why I don't want to make a new channel yet for you guys to go to for my rebrand, because I know that I'm not gonna be posting on it and it might hinder my growth. So I'll haven't made it yet, but that is a high possibility. But I'll work on trying to get like some music going and see if I can find a channel or some music that I can listen to without issues. But it's just been really hard. So I'm just checking. I'm finally getting beta reader forms back, and I'm so excited. Yay! Okay. Individual. I'm just gonna skim through real quick. I sent my novel out to a bunch of people to read, and hi Andrea. I wonder how hard my growth will be when I start posting again after nearly 10 years. Damn, why is the sticky note on the left side upside down? Because they want it to be upside down. So I sent out my novel for people to beta read for me, and there were, like, it was supposed to be returned back 5 days ago, but some people needed extra time. So I'm hoping that people will stop sending them in soon, because I really want to knuckle down on my novel, and I'm really curious to hear everyone's feedback, but I'm also really nervous because this novel is my baby, and I just, so I'm just gonna quickly, okay. Cool. Oh! Okay. Okay. Cool. See, it's so interesting seeing people's feedback. You didn't send it to me? Oh, well, I made a Discord ping, and everybody who reacted to it, I sent it to. So if you didn't react to it, then I didn't send it to you. But I can if you're interested in reading it, because I wouldn't mind more feedback. So far, the feedback has been good. I've only received 3 feedback forms. This one so far is, I'm just skimming through it. I'll read it more later. Okay. 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 Yeah, interesting. Oh, I never got any. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Are they good feedbacks? Yeah, yeah. So the only bad feedback I got was literally here. Okay, I'm about to find some music because I feel bad just being in silence with you guys. I'm so sorry because this is probably so awkward. It's probably so awkward for you guys. I gotta turn my headset back on because it died. Not died, it turned off because no sound was playing. I'll bring some music up. See if we can find something. Is there like a... I'm just seeing if I can find something. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This person here, I think I just need to put their information in my description and I can play their music. If I get copyrighted, I will throw a fit. I will cry. I'll be crying in the club. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my description and then I'll tell you guys about the feedback I've been receiving. Because the thing is like it's, at the end of the day, it's a subjective opinion. So, oh god. At the end of the day, it's a subjective opinion. So, you know, always, obviously, and this goes for everybody, always take it with a grain of salt. Because it's really hard, you can't please everybody, especially when it comes to writing. And so that's why I'm so eager to see what people have to say, because personally, I love my novel. I know it's not perfect, but for what I've been able to create, I'm really, really happy with it. Okay, I've just added them to my description, so I'm hoping I can play their music. Went and hunted down the announcement to follow the rules. Oh, for the beta reading? Okay, I added it to the description. Okay. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud. Okay. It's actually kind of loud for me, though. I guess I can just turn my headset down. Because it is really loud. Alright. Ooh, maybe there? Okay, how's that music for you guys? Okay, so, yes, so with, I was very intrigued by what you had told me. Yeah, and, yes, so, you know, reading and opinions, so, you know, it's all subjective. So I am taking everybody's feedback with a grain of salt, because you can't please everybody. And the perfect example literally is the fact that, it's not a spoiler, but in my novel, the main climax that projects the story doesn't start until chapter 5. And I know that sounds like a long way away, and it kind of is. But the reason I did this was because years ago, I had people read my novel, and the main feedback I received was, you need to make the start longer, because, you know, we want to get to know the main character. We want to know what her life is like before this mayhem begins. So initially the main climax began at chapter 2, and then, or maybe chapter 3, and then I pushed it like a chapter or 2. And saying that, I think one of the chapters is literally only like 3 pages, so it's not like I've extended it by a lot, but I have added more meat in there to kind of get you into the zone of who she is before what's about to happen happens. But then one of the feedbacks that I got was the beginning is too long. You need to make it shorter. They're like, oh, I would have liked it to be shorter. You know, a lot of people, which I agree, a lot of people really only read the beginning of the book, and if that doesn't grab them, then they oftentimes don't continue reading, and I totally get that, and I know that's a real risk I'm taking with this book, but that just goes to show that you can't please everybody. You know, like, even though I did what the other person wanted and made it longer, we now have someone else who wants it shorter. And you can never please everybody. And although there may be a happy medium, there's no point in worrying about the little things and things like that. If there's something important that needs to be changed, of course I'll change it. But overall, the feedback has been really good. I'm just gonna continue just brushing through this feedback though. Just see this. So okay, here's a great notice not everyone has the same taste and interest in it. Yeah, exactly. And you know what's so funny is I have 3 responses for my feedback, and this just goes to show how vast people's interpretations and opinions are, but also how people how people go about giving feedback, but just also how people experienced my novel. I'm not gonna go through their responses because this is supposed to be anonymous and I'm not gonna like reveal it, but I will reveal one of the responses because I had to make a post. Even though on the beta reader form it says I literally wrote, please answer the following questions as in-depth and honestly as possible. And this was legitimately this was someone's response. This was the first response that I received. Are you ready? This is how in depth they are. How far into the novel did you read? I skimmed through the novel. If you stopped at a certain chapter, what was the reason? Nothing. Did you have a favorite chapter? No. Did the chapters flow well into one another? Yeah. Did the climaxes of the story convey a heightened feeling for you? Did some fall flat? Some fall flat. Okay, well, why? Tell me. Were there any dull moments of the book where it felt like a slog or dragged on? A little bit. Did any moments of the book go by too fast? Needs spent more time in each chapter. Were the descriptions of people, surroundings, buildings, locations well explained? Yes. Did the dialogue flow between characters, and were their quote-unquote voices distinguished? Yes. Did anything in the story come across as insensitive? No. After reading the book, what was your initial thoughts? Good story. And that's just some of the questions, but it's like, that's not answering the feedback form in depth and honestly. That is just, that's not like, although that is giving me some feedback in a sense, that's not really feedback I can work with. Overall, it seems that they did enjoy the story, but they're not excited to read the second book. So I'm a little confused. I'm kind of disregarding whoever's feedback form this is, and if you're the person who did this, no offense, but like, what am I supposed to do with that? But then the second feedback form I received was really in depth. Like, they were pointing out a lot of stuff. They wrote a lot of information, and it was really, really helpful. And even though they were critical, they did say that, like, overall, like, literally one of the things they wrote was like, let me see if I can just find it. They were just like, these are really high level criticisms. Like, your dialogue is amazing, your prose is beautiful, the pacing was well done. Like, you know, they gave me good critical feedback, but they did enjoy the story, which was really nice. And then the third feedback form I got, which just warms my heart, is they seemed to just completely 100% love the book. They had no critique, really. Like, they did have some critique, of course, but overall they really enjoyed the book, and that just makes me really freaking happy. So I'm really keen to read everybody else's feedback, and so far I'm really happy with myself because I was really nervous that I was gonna get really offended. Apparently some people are just not really profound at getting into their thoughts, which is a pain for wanting a genuine feedback. Yeah, that's literally the bare minimum. It's like an exchange of information of, yeah, yes I did, yeah. I sometimes work with events and do feedback forms. There are never good answers, and out of 100 people I get 10 answers. Yeah, damn. Yeah, it'd be like that. I'm really hoping that most of the people will get back to me. But I'm just really happy with myself because well, so I guess so far as well, just the feedback has been really good. So I'm not offended yet. I don't know if I'm wondering if I'll come across somebody who will be like, nope, this book was shit, I hated it, boring, bad, boo. Like, I'm kind of scared that that's gonna. Also, I made a coffee and it's just been sitting here. How dare I not drink my coffee? I've been here for 40 minutes. What the fuck? But yeah, so bit of a tangent there, but I'm so excited to get my feedback back because my goal in the new year is to send my book off to publishers. I've already started brainstorming for book 2. I know what's going to happen in book 2, but I just need to structure it so I can start writing it. As long as you stay true to what you're trying to do and make. Yeah, exactly. Need to be ready. Yeah. I'm totally ready for that to happen. I honestly was kind of expecting a lot of people to say that it wasn't good. Just because I guess I'm the only one that's read this book. No one else has read this book. I had beta readers years ago, but at that point the book wasn't even written. It wasn't complete. I only had the first like 5 chapters, I believe. So they'd never even read the entire book. So this is the first time people are reading the whole story. It gives me goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps right now. Like, my dream is to be an author, and if this can be a reality, like, this is one of the reasons also why, like, I'm kind of excited to graduate from as Calfee and stop streaming for a little bit so I can really dedicate my time to writing again. I guess a bit of a tangent here, but you guys won't find it, but years ago I used to post on YouTube as me, as my human form. As my human form, face and everything. I was deep into the writing sphere. I used to post writing vlogs. I used to post book reviews where I would read books and give reviews on them. Reading vlogs. Like, I used to post that stuff years ago. I was deep into that stuff. And I used to had a big writing account, and I used to follow a lot of indie authors, and at the time I was gonna go into copyright editing, not copyright editing, copy editing, which is just a form of editing that happens to your novel. I took a course on it. I bought books on it, because I was going to see about trying to be a copy editor while working on my own novel. Because at the time as well, the sphere was really dominated by indie authors and people publishing on Amazon, and no one was really going the traditional route. And so when you're surrounded by that stuff, you get influenced by that stuff, and so I was really influenced into that. But I think I'm still going to try mainstream. I think my novel has potential to go mainstream, but it's hard to say. We both have creative plans for this year. Mine is just a lot. Oh, what's your creative plans? I didn't ask for the book because I don't have any experience with English reading, so I wouldn't. Oh, that's fine, Andrea. That's totally okay. That's no problem at all. Yeah, I wasn't offended by anybody not saying yes to beta reading, because to be fair, I only wanted people who were genuinely I guess I was after people who were competent readers. I wanted people who were like, who read often, because the thing is like, if you don't read a lot, then you don't understand books enough to give feedback, if that makes sense. So I was just hoping that people who like said yes were competent readers and at least read a decent amount, because you tend, like, the thing is like, I want to start the process of creating a revolutionary VR. Whoa, that's big. That'd be crazy. I started I I I mostly read medical books and chemistry. Yeah, no, that's so fair. It's gonna be fucking, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I started writing a brief summary of a possible novel idea that I thought would be really fun. I went to an Airbnb a week or 2 weeks ago, and and while I was up there, I was watching a lot of like SCP videos and videos about just like the, like, you know, like what are they called, like kind of like urban legends or things like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness monster and just creatures and just things like that, right? And it was really inspiring. I've been tossing ideas and getting core systems down mentally for years ago. Hell yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, so SCP mentioned, yes, I love SCP. But yeah, so I was watching all that stuff and I was like, oh my god, I want to write like an SCP inspired story. My laptop might be dead, but I'll see if it turns on. Actually, did I save it onto my USB? No, I didn't. Hold on. I'll see if my laptop turns on. I'm just gonna, oh my god, my legs are so stiff. Holy shit. Okay. I'm just gonna see if my laptop turns on, and I might just read it to you guys because I honestly forgot what I wrote. But I had a really cool idea. It's not like, the idea isn't necessarily revolutionary, but it's oh gosh. The idea isn't necessarily revolutionary, but it is fun, and I thought it could be like a fun novella. I love writing novellas. They're like my favorite thing to do. Alright. Computer's turning on, so that's a good sign. It does look like it's about to die, so we probably have just enough time to... Why not make up your own SCP? Well, oh, and look at that! It's still on the freaking page. Okay. So this is what... I was like brainstorming here, so... Oh gosh. That's not what I want. So... Okay. How am I gonna do this? Well, okay, so in the story I am making up my own SCPs. Like, that, it's not going to be SCP, and there's gonna be no SCPs in it, but they're gonna be made up. Hi, the Big C, welcome. So right here, God, this is gonna be hard to explain. Okay, so here's the thing. The concept was it was gonna be a back and forth between current day and the past. And intermingled would be emails, diary entries, notes, things like that, that help tell the story. And if I can, I'm just gonna quickly skim through and see if I can summarize to you guys, because my notes are just ridiculous. Okay, so if they become popular, they'll become official. True. Okay, so I basically wrote newbie on the block enters the facility. We get a jump between current and past. The past being when the newbie first joined the team, and current where a terrible outbreak occurs and the facility is completely run down. Newbie comes in, gets shown the ropes, is suited up. Within a week of their integration, a serious outbreak occurs. One of the specimens took over an operator and began letting out the other... And then I just wrote figure out name because I don't want them to be SCPs, but I don't know what I should call them. So basically the idea is that like there's this facility, facility on an island that does this experimentation, and staff get hired on a six monthly period basis with like high pay rates due to the intensity and safety issues of the job, because a lot of the time like 70% of the staff end up dying because of the experimentation and things that they're doing, the research and stuff. Like there's a lot that like this job is very high, what's the word, what am I thinking of, the job is just very hard. So they hire staff every 6 months because a lot of the staff end up either quitting or dying or being seriously injured. But the pay rate is really high because of this, right? So this person joins because they need money, and they're like, yeah, I'll do this. Like, it's for 6 months and I get this much money. Hell yeah, let's join. So that's like the reason that the person wants to join in the first place, is just the money, the pay rate. And then, is the music Legend of Zelda? No, it just says 1 hour of comfy and relaxing songs, royalty free vlog music. So I have no clue. But the idea is that, let me see here. Oh, so like the idea, like, uni classes, yeah, good luck, Andrea, have a good day. So I kind of like gave like a rundown of how the book might begin. So, oh, okay, so I might just read this to you guys. It's not gonna make sense because this was just me rambling to myself, just like putting shit out there. So there is nothing is concise here or written with thought. It's just words on a page. So while I'm reading, if something doesn't make sense or sounds weird, just don't even think about it, because I was literally just sitting there and just like typing. I'd be like, oh yeah, this, da 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 da, oh this, da 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 da. So it's not gonna be in order or make any sense. But this is what I wrote because it's gonna be too hard for me to try and like. It's gonna be too hard for me to try and reword myself because the words that I'm reading just don't make sense. So this is what I wrote. This facility is on an island. Staff are hired on a 6-monthly basis with 200k pay due to the intensity and requirements of the job. You must practically sign your life away and live on the island for a never-ending 6-month shift of looking after these creatures. Because again, I don't know what to call them. I'm just calling them creatures. Wild theorists and conspiracy artists devised that aliens were sending these creatures to Earth for their own experimentation. The facility's idea is that they've always been here, but as we dig deeper, find lost items, and explore our world, they slowly show themselves. The week the newbie starts, we are brought to an area where the new specimen is. They are within a glass cage in a room surrounded by one-sided windows. To see the creature from all sides, and if it escapes the glass, it'll still be contained. This is the examination room. To understand the creature and how to contain it, what it is, what it does, and how it interacts with humans. This is where we witness our first death. A worker enters the facility and immediately is choked out by an invisible force. We find out there are many examination rooms depending on the information provided, helping contain each creature the best they can to learn about it before moving to a permanent hold. Deaths are common, hence large pay, and a million forms needed to be signed. This is dangerous work. Everyone is working every hour. Most employees are in charge of... Oh, and then I wrote a whole work schedule. So this is... I was like, most employees are in charge of looking after specimens in teams of 6. 2 watch the specimen for a duration of 3 hours. 1 having eye contact 100% of the time and verbally calling out everything seen while the other person transcribes. 2 others at this time are eating, relaxing, and staying on call for any emergencies. The other 2 are sleeping. The sleeping crew will move to emergency call, and emergency call will move to watch. Watch moves to sleep, and the cycle continues infinitely. After 1 week, they are transferred to a different specimen. This allows fresh eyes on the specimen, lowering percentage of bonds being formed between human and specimen, or corruption between human and specimen, and new perspectives. So people may react differently to a specimen, and it's important to also research this. Among the crew are testers who periodically run tests on specimens from the safety of examination rooms. Brutes who assist testers with coming face to face with specimens. Containment are those who guard containment areas and are part of the containment protocol to assist in any outbreaks. So that's as far as I got. But I had this whole idea. Oh god, I just had a hiccup. I have this whole idea in my head of like what I want to do. Hi Funboy, you're welcome. And so like the idea is that yeah, so you get the newbie on the block. They kind of show you around. They get started into their job, and within the first week of being there, there's an outbreak. And so there's gonna be. I wanted it to be like a jump between past and present with emails and notes and writings explaining the days before, the days prior to the outbreak, and then after the outbreak, and then slowly as the book progresses, we catch up to current day, and it will just be present tense the remainder. And it's just about basically like how the outbreak occurred, the aftermath, and then what's happening to prevent it or fix it or whatever. So yeah, that's my story. That's kind of what I was like conjuring up. It's just something silly and little. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I have a lot of work in progresses though, so there's a low possibility that there's a low chance I'll even get to write that story. Sorry, I'm just drinking coffee. Yeah, there's a low chance I'll get to writing that story, but I would love to because I have heaps of story ideas. You know what? I'm gonna turn this into just a talk about writing stream. I hope you guys don't mind. I know we were gonna game today. We'll do Monty Hunter next week. I'll find a day for Monty Hunter. So Super can get his Monty Hunter in. Because I think today we're just gonna chat. I was only gonna go live for about 2 hours today anyways. Because like I said, I've had a busy couple days and I was on my feet all day and my ankles hurt so bad because I was just standing on the freaking hard floor in the kitchen just cooking away for like 4 hours. And then I was like walking around as well, and it's like crazy because it's Christmas time. But I'll tell you guys about some of my novel ideas, and are you guys writers yourselves, or do you guys have any creative outlets? I would love to know. Monty Hunter, Monty Hunter. Monty Hunter. Monty Hunter. Okay, so I have that book I sent you a while back. Still haven't fucking went back and fixed it. Oh no. That's okay. I have so many. I'm currently just looking to see if it's on my computer or not. I have like a whole folder of like work in progresses, but it could be on a USB. So I'm just going to
moo 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 moo.
Oh, Outpost Orange. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. See, even my did you guys even hear that? I don't know why nothing's working. I don't know. Do you know what? I kid you not, when I graduate, I'm low-key contemplating uninstalling everything and like resetting my computer and then reinstalling everything fresh. But and I tend to create games, and my methods of creation are, well, not normal. Oh, how so? Why are they not normal? Oh, this one? Let's see. Okay, well, let me open these. Great, we love to see it. How about this one? Make sure OneDrive Personal is running. I've never once used OneDrive in my fucking life. I heard the moo. Okay, cool. I don't know why it's like, make sure OneDrive is working. Open the fucking thing. Hello? What is OneDrive? What even is it? I've never heard of that fucking thing in my life. Make sure OneDrive personal? Is that another fucking dumb subscription service? So you're saying I can't access my books now because OneDrive? Yeah. I don't really have a good creative output right now. I used to have a great imagination as a kid, but it seems to have diminished as I got older. That's kind of how I've been with art. I used to be really artistic and had a good art skill, but it has dwindled as the years have gone on. I'm so fucking confused. Hold on. I should have a USB here. I'm gonna plug my USB in. Surely this stuff is on my USB. I don't know why it's like doing that. Are you sure it's not saying make sure that OneDrive is active? It's saying, this is what it's saying. Make sure OneDrive Personal is running on your PC, then try again. That's all it says. I don't know what that means. I have a habit of thinking about things until they make sense. Sounds normal. Well, it would be normal if I didn't create entire worlds and universes based entirely around fight scenes. That's how stories are made. Okay, so... Okay, can I access them now? No, because I have the USB in. OneDrive is plague. I hate it. I create in my head and I listen to orchestral cinematic music. Ooh, very nice. I'm gonna have to figure that out, I guess, afterwards. That's a bit sad. I don't know why it would do that to me. OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud storage service that they have forcibly installed and integrated into the new Windows, even if you don't want it. Oh, you know what it probably is? I've had a Windows update that I've been ignoring for like a week now. I probably need to do the fucking update that I don't want to do, but okay. I guess, but I can still talk to you guys. I think I can remember them just by looking at them. So I have some in my head. Let me just look at the titles of what I titled the documents. It probably won't help me at all, but so yes. Oh, okay. So okay. These are the okay, so one of these novels I've spoken to you guys about before, and it is written. I just need to edit it. Severely. I've had people read this one. This is a novella and it is completed. But it didn't have okay. It's a novella, it's completed, but I spent maybe like not even a year writing that novel, whereas like the novel that I have people beta reading right now, I've spent 5 years on. So it has far less editing than my current novel, so it is far less done, I guess. Like it has a lot of work there. But it is called the novella is called Light the Way. It is based in reality. And I just made sure to keep Windows 10. Oh. See, I just like, I don't know. I don't really... I don't know. I'm just not tech savvy. I just hope for the best, really. Yeah, so this novel, it's called Light the Way. It is based on reality. It's about, it's a coming of age story. It's based in Norway. The reason I chose Norway is because I've always wanted to go to Norway, and it is based on real locations. And I tried to write the novel in a way that you could literally take the same journey as the people in the book. Which took a lot of time because I had to go on Google Maps, and I was literally looking at I was legitimately looking at areas and how long it would take me to travel from locations to make sure it matched up with the book. So it is yeah, it's 100% based in reality. I think by the end of the book I kind of fluffed it a bit because it was just so much work to make sure that it was all legit. But it is basically a bunch of high schoolers who are about to, they're getting ready for their year of college, and the main character, it's like, yeah, it's just a coming of age story that, like, the main character doesn't want to know what the main character doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, and like they just come up with this plan. It's four of them. There's two girls, two boys, and one girl and one boy, like, there's a couple. And so it's kind of like what you can imagine from a coming of age story. It's so you got the four friend group, like this group of friends, one who's a couple, the coming of age. It starts off with the two singles catching up, and there's like I think there's like a brief moment where like they go to kiss, but it doesn't happen. And it kind of comes across like they've always kind of had something going on there, but nothing's ever come of it. And they just devise this plan. They're like, hey, let's just go on a road trip. Like, we're about to go to college. We're about to become adults. Like, let's have one last moment of freedom before we take on this next stage of our lives. And so they go on this little road trip together. And it's really cute. The main character, she's an artist, but she has like a focus in architecture. So there's a bit of a focus on the architecture of the country and just her admiring it. And it's just a playful little thing. There's a scene where they're parked on the side of a road. It's like late at night, there's a fire, and the couple are in the van doing the do. And then all of a sudden you hear the girl like scream, and it's because the guy threw up on her because they had just been drinking, which I thought was so perfect because it's like, a bunch of teenagers like on the road, and of course he's drunk too much and then he like throws up, and it's like, it's supposed to be this like comedic thing. And basically by the end of the book, there is, because while that's happening, while they're doing the two singles are out by the fire talking, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time that the main character expresses that she might be into girls. So like kind of being like she's like trying to find herself, right? And she's like, I think, because she thinks she likes her best friend, the girl, the second girl of the group. She's like, oh, like, I think I like her, like her. And then as like the conversation's getting serious, that's when like the guy throws up and it breaks the tension, and like it's kind of like simmered on, but then it comes full circle because it's like they get to their final destination, and it's these it's like these glass houses where you can see, like, you guys have probably seen them before, those glass domes where you can see the northern lights. So it's one of those. That's their final destination, and I'm just gonna turn the music up a bit. That's their final destination, and basically what happens is the single boy, he's like, hey, now's your chance, like, tell her. And the boyfriend goes to shower, I think, and then the other boy leaves. And then so the main character girl like confesses to her friend, and they have a kiss, but it's not like a romantic kiss. It's just kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's like they just do it to do it, and then it's this thing of like afterwards they laugh about it, and it's kind of a, it's supposed to be, I can't explain it well because I haven't read this book in a long time, but basically like they kiss, they laugh about it. And then, like, it's one of those things where the boyfriend, like, comes out of the shower and he's like, what are you laughing about? And they're just like, nothing, hee hee hee. And it's like the northern lights are above them, and it's really beautiful and whimsical. And it's supposed to be like, oh, this isn't as scary as I thought. Like, this does not ruin our friendship. Like, we're closer than ever. Like, we're best friends. And, like, it's to help her, like, it's like, coming of age. Like, she's figuring out who she is and, like, ready to take on this next step of life together. So there's that. So, That's a novella, and it's like I said, it's very unfinished. There's a lot to go through. I will hopefully get to it someday, but I can't say when again that will be, because I don't really write stories like that anymore. That was like one of my first stories I wrote. So yeah, I don't write like that anymore. Oh, so we have another story. Another one. This one's called My Friend Jonah. And I wonder, let me just click on, see what I have in here. See, I can't even open stuff from my USB. It's like, make sure OneDrive Personal is running on your PC. So I can't even open stuff on my USB. That's fucking wild. How can Windows do that? It's on my USB. Like, that should have nothing to do with the fact that if I have something installed on my computer. That's insane. That's fucked up. That really actually is fucked up. What? Okay, I just did something. I'm gonna see if it changes anything. I'm actually flabbergasted right now that this is a fucking thing. What? That's insane. Okay. Can I open it now? Wait, where the fuck did it go? Wait. What was I? I was in my USB. Where'd it go? That's the thing. They can do it because they say they can. Stories. Whip. But that's not what I was... Oh, was it here? Okay. Oh, it's opening now. Oh my god. I don't know what the fuck was happening there, but sure. Also, there's only there's like a paragraph written. I know I wrote more than that for that story. Maybe it's on a different USB? There's no way I lost that. I know I wrote more. Nope, that's not it. I'm just having a quick look-see. Now that I can open documents. Go figure. No, that's not it. Blap, I does not yikes forever, I know. Yeah, okay, whatever. So I have a story. I know I've written more of this because I can remember writing it in my head, but for some reason the document is like a paragraph, so I'm not sure what's happened there unless it's on a different USB. But I have a story called My Friend Jonah, and this story is about a I think I had them as teenagers, but a teenage serial killer, where basically it's like how would you phrase it? It's kind of like a relationship. I don't know if this is right because I've never really watched the Joker, but I was gonna say like Joker and Harley Quinn, but not really, because I think Harley Quinn's also a freak, right? Like, she's not some innocent bystander. But basically the main character is a girl who has a crush on this boy, and she is like infatuated with him. She loves him, and then she is like, she sees him going somewhere in the school and she decides to follow him, and when she follows him, like, she sees that he's like with another girl, but she's dead, and she's like freaking out, and then he sees that he sees that she sees, and he's kind of like, okay, like, you gotta keep a secret, like, don't tell anyone, you have to be in this with me now. And because she's like infatuated with him, she's like, yeah, of course, like, I'll do anything. So it's like it becomes this like really weird dynamic where she's like in love with this boy, but he's just using her to not get caught by what he's done because he has these like intense urges, right? And I know I wrote more to it, but I can't remember what I wrote because there's only a fucking smidgen of a paragraph. So I can't really go much more into detail than that, but that's basically that story there. It's called My Friend Jonah. I know that I know that the idea was that like the final sentence of the book was gonna be My Friend Jonah. It was gonna be something along the lines of like here's what I wrote. I was like, my friend Jonah, what do you do when your best friend's a serial killer? This story follows the footsteps of Amy as she watches Jonah from afar. His weird and quirky behaviors were cute in her eyes until one night when she is brought along to a murder scene and becomes the right-hand man to a killer. Hiding the body, masking the evidence, and lying to the police. Will she rat out Jonah or will the tables turn on Amy? Dun, dun, dun. So that's what that says there, but I don't know where the rest of the fucking book went, but that was also, I mean, that one, it has today's date because I fucking opened it today. I wish I looked at it before I opened it, but, yeah, there's that one. And then, I have one here. It's called The Subway Rider. The Subway Rider is definitely not its, oh, hello. The Subway Rider is definitely not its title, but it's just what I've called it to remember what this story is. And basically, this one is, nice, yeah. Basically, this one, so I do have one here, like a little description here, but not really. I'm just having a quick skim through. Yeah, so basically this story is based in Japan, and for those of you who don't know, Japan unfortunately does have a high suicide rate. A lot of people do take their lives, unfortunately, in Japan. And basically this story follows a police officer, Japanese police officer working in Japan, and he is how do I explain this? So it's, yes, police officer in Japan, and he is investigating a suicide of a young girl. Hi Giovanni, welcome. I'm just talking about my novels, my ideas. Okay, so this one is based in Japan, a Japanese police officer, and he's investigating a suicide of a young schoolgirl who jumped in front of a train. And basically what happens is, so he, how do I explain this? This is just, I'm trying to explain this in a way that makes sense. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna say. So he's investigating a suicide of a young girl who had jumped in front of a train. And he takes that same subway every night. He takes it to work and he takes it home. And then one of the nights that he is going home, he thinks he sees her, and it just gets him kind of like enthralled in this case, and he's working day and night trying to investigate, like, was this really a suicide? Like, why would a young girl do this? Like, are you sure it wasn't an accident? Or, you know, he's like really adamant about solving this case. And I'm just looking back at the notes because so he's like really adamant. He's working hard on this case. Like, he wants to solve it for the family because they're distraught. They don't think that their daughter would do such a thing. And basically there's gonna be the story is not written. I have literally one paragraph here, but the God, I'm so bad at explaining things. The idea is that He's investigating the suicide of this girl who died from the train. He sees her on the train. It gets him deeper into the investigation. He's working day and night. His boss tells him he should take a break, but, you know, he's working too hard. He can see that he's not looking too good. Working hard, working hard, working hard. Basically, the end of the story, because the middle is not really discovered. The idea is that, like, he doesn't have a wife and kid anymore, like, and I haven't written why, but just that, like, they no longer, like, whether they were just divorced and not in his life anymore, but he has a real big tie to this girl and wanting to, like, make the family happy. And it just turns, the ending is just an unfortunate accident, because he goes to take the train. His boss sends him home after, like, falling asleep at his desk, and he goes to take the train home. He gets on the train and he sees the girl. He goes to leave the train and he can't leave the train. Like, something's stopping him from leaving the train. And then he can see like a TV screen outside of the station that is broadcasting his death, and he got hit by the train. And so the idea is that he was just really fatigued, and it was just an accident, and he fell on the tracks and didn't realize he got hit by the train, but his subconscious made him believe he entered the train and was still going home. And there's, like, kind of a underlying tone that maybe that's what happened to the girl too, that she was just working hard at school and was fatigued, fell on the tracks, and also ended up in the same fate. But that's that story. So that is not fleshed out at all, but that was the concept, that's the idea. The novel is done. This is a different one. My main novel, yes, my main novel is done. That was just a I'm just reading through some random work in progresses that I have, or ideas that I have in my folders. We're just reading through them. Because I have a lot of ideas. Oh, I don't remember this one at all. This one just says vampire love story. It literally says vampire love story cliche. I don't remember this one at all. I hope I wrote something about it. And this just goes to show, I will open up a random Word document, write a paragraph, and then that's it. Okay, I'm literally gonna read this to you word for word, because I don't remember this in the slightest. I do not remember this story at all. Oh no. Okay, I don't remember this story at all. It's literally titled Vampire Love Story Cliche. POV switches between the vampire and the girl. So, like, POV is in, like, each chapter will be a different POV. So this is literally what I wrote. I don't remember this at all, so please don't laugh at me. I don't remember this. Okay. The vampire... Okay. I don't even want to read this. Okay. The vampire... Sorry. I just know this is gonna be so cringe. Okay. I'm gonna drink my coffee. I can't even get past the word vampire. Oh my god, okay. Deep breath, everyone. I can't do this. Okay. I can't even get past the first word. Fuck, I can't read it. Oh, it starts as the vampire. Not even a name. Okay, what's supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be like a collective, the vampires. Is it more cringe than Twilight? We're about to find out, because I don't remember this at all. Okay, this is what it says. The vampire needs a human the family can bleed for a couple months, and is trying to trick the girl, okay. So the vampire needs a human the family can bleed for a couple months, and is trying to trick the girl, whereas the girl thinks they're falling in love. The girl makes best friends with the vampire's sister, who is completely evil, finding one willing subject to be their feed. She comes over the house often and comes into contact with the brother, the love interest. The girl finally makes her move, kidnapping the girl, and the parents are going along with it. But the son isn't interested. He's hesitant and wants to free her, and in quotes, already having outside contact with her. He visits her while she's tied up in the basement. She's noted as missing. The parents say that everything is fine, but the girl's friends are suspicious. People looking for her. Eventually, she escapes the vampires. Eventually she escapes and the vampires have to head off before anything happens. Wow, that is so intriguing. Whatever convinced me to write such a absolute masterpiece. Alrighty. So, what else do we... What is this one? I don't remember this one. I wrote this in 2021. I don't remember this one either. It was just called Modern Fae, but oh. What? Okay, so this idea is called Modern Fae. I'll read you what is written here, because again, I don't remember this one either. So this is the idea. The Fae world, but modernized. So we are in a Fae... So we're in a fantasy Fae universe, but it's modernized to the modern day of current society. So there's coffee stores, technology. It's the real world, but in a Fae environment. The main character gets a text from his friend who asks him to go to the old library. The Minecraft. God, every time I see MC, I think of Minecraft, but it's the main character. The main character goes down, and his friend is freaking out. And the main character is confused until the friend shows him a girl. The main character is confused, and he says, a fae? Question mark? And then his friend is like, no, she's a human. And the main character is like, what the fuck? Friend says she came in through some portal, someone must have opened it up. The girl shows them a book and guesses the main character's name. The book she's reading is about his life, a life he didn't know he would be living. Plot. Fairy world with other creatures. Main character is a student. Many students realm hop, but professors warn them not to. That day, main character gets a text from a friend to hurry to the abandoned library. There he finds a human girl. She stumbled through one of the realms and is holding a book. The book just so happens to be the life of the main character, him going to school, studying, and falling into an uncertain path. They try to send her back, but the portal is closed and they don't know where she came from. So I think the idea with this is that she's from a different realm, a human realm. She's come to the Fae realm somehow. She's reading a book that's based on his life, and the book probably goes down some fantastical, whimsical, fighting path of like justice. And he's like, "What? No, I'm just a dude going to school. I'm not gonna fight demons. Like, what the fuck?" But then, lo and behold, the story comes true, and it kind of sounds cool. It's a little cringe. It's a little self-inserty, but it's kind of okay. It's not bad. Let me sip my coffee. Okay. I do have a lot. As you can tell, I have a lot of novel ideas. So, bear with me. I have so many. Oh. See, I might read this one to you because I don't know what this is. Okay. I'll be right back. We're just gonna do a quick BRB and I'll be back. Oh my god, it just keeps giving me the same painting. No, come on! Come on! I know there's gonna be more than just that painting. Bruh. Oh, this little guy won't leave me alone. I'm scared he's like gonna be on top of me. I'm scared he's like gonna be on the thing. Fuck my life!
Up and running.
10 seconds to insertion.
Heading up.
10 seconds to insertion.
5 seconds to insertion.
Also show you insertion.
Numbered.
I forgot to unmute my mic. I'm back. So this story that I'm gonna read to you guys, it's just a page and a bit. It's titled Comp, which I think I was intending to be contemporary, so I don't think this is supposed to be a horror or anything, but at the same time I think this is supposed to be I thought it was supposed to be someone dying, but I'll read it to you. I think it's just, I don't know what my intentions were with this, but I'll read it to you anyways. Okay. Gosh, I should have 2018. I wrote this in 2018. No, comp. P-C-O-M-P. Comp. Contemporary. I last modified 2018. So how long's it been? 7 years. I wrote this 7 years ago. I would have been 19 when I wrote this. How crazy is that? I was 19. I have to head to work. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day at work. Okay. I can't believe I was 19 when I wrote this. That's so cute. Sheesh, I know. Alright, well, this is what it says. Her hands clenched the metallic railing so tightly her fingertips touched her palms. Her knuckles turned white, but the rest of her body was gaining the complexion of a soft rose tone. She kept her grip tight as her body was thrashed around, swaying left to right, being bumped up harshly and without any warning. Small droplets beaded around her forehead and trickled down her face, although she couldn't tell if it was perspiration or the light mist of seawater that, on cue, would splash up onto her. The late afternoon sun was on its descent, but its heat still lingered. The top of the ocean radiated the sun's heat, surrounding the boat in a thick, warm dome. The muggy air made it hard to breathe. Each breath was exhausting, like she had run a marathon. The girl steadied herself as she felt the boat slow down for a moment, releasing her talon-like grip and standing up from her seat. She took in a deep breath. Her whole body stretched upwards as she opened her lungs to welcome in the fresh ocean air, feeling that crisp coldness flow through her passageways and around her body. Everything was dark and peaceful, and as she opened her eyes towards the clear blue sky, she was greeted by a dimly warm glow of the sinking sun. All day there hadn't been a cloud in sight. It was the perfect day for a scuba dive. Hi Uriel, welcome! Her chest lowered as she exhaled, followed by her eyes as they scanned the ocean. The sea's clear, crisp colors of cobalt, violet, and myrtle reflected that of her own blue eyes. All she could see was blue, so much so it was almost impossible to see the horizon between the ocean and the sky. Soft hands pressed to her face, slowly wiping away the droplets of seawater, and painted nails gently pushed the brunette curls from her eyes. She flicked a hair tie from around her wrist and began overlapping strands of hair until it made a trio of twisted golds, browns, and auburns. Her fingers danced the tie around the end of her plait, twirling it tight so it wouldn't undo. The girl turned to her left and glared at the man sitting on the opposite side of the boat. He had been quiet for most of the trip. She continued to give him an unbroken stare as her body swiveled in his direction. The cotton of her shorts against the metallic bench of the dive boat helped the swivel and helped to keep this composure she was giving him. Her hand raised towards her eyes, deflecting the sun as she made eye contact. "How much longer, David? We've been on this boat all day." Impatience emanated from her words as she continued to squint in David's direction. "We should be just about there, hun," David says as he looks down to the compass. "And Sarah, it's only been a couple hours. We've done day trips before. Don't be such a baby." We're reading an old... just a snippet of something I wrote 7 years ago in 2018 when I was just a little baby. Sarah opens her mouth ajar, like she was going to make a snide comment, but instead closes it shut and sits back against the cold surface of the boat in a huff. Sarah turns back around to stare out into the ocean. The sun was properly on its descent now. The sky changed from its seamless blue to blurs of peachy pinks and vibrant yellows. For a moment, Sarah had forgot why they were out there. The sunset was so breathtaking. It reminded her a lot of her art, the way acrylic looked, blended with impasto and a palette knife. The bumps and ripples as the knife would slide against the medium, creating texture and life. That was exactly how this sunset looked. Her train of thought came to a halt as the boat jolted to a stop. Sarah swiveled her body around and seen David raise his hand to the driver for him to stop the boat. David stood up and went down to the back of the boat, unlocking a heavy bolted metallic chest. Sarah peered out at him, watching as he brought out bags and bags of scuba gear. "I heard, yeah." "Is this the spot?" Sarah moves her body over the railing of the boat and stares into the ocean. The waves... there's a misspell here. I think the waves are calm now. No disturbances from the boat, and they were so far out that it was the ocean's constant composition. Still, it was deep, deep and dark. Sarah could barely see through the first couple meters of water. A few silver glistens of fish swimming close to the surface, but that was all. No life, just deep, dark, black mass. A deep, dark, black mass they were about to plunge their bodies into, in search of something very rare. The driver watched as Sarah and David stood in their diving gear. "What are you two, like some scuba diving power couple?" The pair laugh and smile at each other. Sarah goes to speak. "You should have seen where he took me last year for our anniversary. It was spectacular." David laughed alone this time, shaking his head and feeling his cheeks blossom from flattery. Okay. Enough of the chit-chat. We've got some serious exploring to do." Sarah explains to the driver how long they'll be in the ocean, and David positions himself on the edge of the boat, ready to fall in. "Alright, 2 hours. Have fun, you two." The driver waves his hand at them as they wave back, one hand on their face. So, I think... like I said, I'm pretty sure I was going for like a death, and I think I was going for the fact that she's scared of the ocean, and then her husband like dies, or they get lost, like they get separated, and she's trying to survive the ocean, and because it's getting close to nightfall, she kind of gets like stranded. I think that was the intention there, but I can't quite remember. But that was my writing from 7 years ago. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? All right, what's this one? I finished this too. No! of a lot of these stories are showing up unfinished, but I know I finished this one in particular because this was for a writing competition. What? Surely it's somewhere. I know I finished that. What? Hold on. Do I have that somewhere? I'm just gonna see if I'm gonna look for another USB real quick. I know. Oh my god. I have God, I kind of cleaned my room, but it seems that I cleaned my room and also misplaced. You know when you have like organized mess? Where it's like kind of messy, but you know where everything is, and then you clean and you lose where everything is? That's currently me right now, because I don't know where I put it. I'm assuming you guys can still hear me. Oh. What did I do with it? Ah, my crystals! They fell! That must have been from Dewey. Silly cow. I don't think I told you guys that my little doggy had a fall. I'll tell you guys once I'm back at my computer. I'm currently on the hunt for this fucking... It's here somewhere, surely. Surely. What would I have done with it? I didn't get rid of it. Is it over here? Bunch of stuff in my room from a project I've been working on, and I also have a giant box that I need to mail. I need to post. I don't know where it went. I'm a bit upsetty spaghetti about that. Where did it go? Oh, guys, by the way, I got a throne gift. If you guys can hear that. I think I know what it is, but I'm not opening it until the day, like promised. No opening gifts until Christmas Day from you guys. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. Is it not on my desk? I thought I normally kept it on my desk. Of course, the one time I cleaned my desk. Oh no, guys. Hold on. I'm just double checking. Because it has to be somewhere. Unless I put it in this. I recently filled a duffel bag full of my art supplies because it was just taking up too much space where I had kept it, and I don't use my art supplies enough anymore to justify them having like a space in the cupboard. So I have a feeling maybe it's here. But alas, I would be lying to myself. It's not fucking here. Really? Huh. Did I put it in a box? It's not in this room. No? What the hell happened to it? I mean, I'm gonna have to find it eventually because I need that. I need that box. It has important USBs in it. I don't know. Oh, did I put it here? Did I put it in you? No. You don't have any USB. It's in this! No, it's not. Damn it! Oh my god, I can't get the lid back on this thing. God damn it. Oh my god, lid. You're making my life hard. just hold on. I'm in front of my camera now, but I don't know where the fuck it went. What? I don't know what's happened. Oh my god! I found it! Never give up! Never give up on your dreams. I'm just seeing if I just want to see if the full version's on the USB here, because I most definitely finished that story and it is not finished here, and I know I finished it. Yeah, no, I know I finished it. Also, I'll tell you guys my story. Okay, this is the only USB that's in here, but I did have another USB. Alright, USB. What do you have on you? Nothing. Yeah. Damn it. Fuck. There's no way. I know I wrote that. I know I wrote it. Unless it's on my laptop. We're just like, this is just an explore the files. Explore the Calfee files. I know. I know. I wrote the whole thing. I know I did. I'm absolutely positive. No, yeah, my dog had a tumble. I don't know if I told you guys about it, but I might have, but I'll tell the story again. So basically, for those of you who don't know, I have been sleeping on the floor for the past year. I've just been sleeping on a mattress on the floor, and it was fine to begin with. It was fine to begin with, but I'm just in a lot of pain, and I thought it was probably from sleeping on the floor. So I brought in my old bed into my room and made my bed frame. Now, the reason why this is so important is because my dog likes to sleep in the bed with me. She cannot see. She is practically blind at this point. She cannot see at all. And so having my bed on the floor made it easier for her to get into the bed. Even when I first adopted her almost 2 years ago, she could not get in the bed without assistance. And she couldn't get out of the bed without assistance. So she's never been able to get into the bed. She is old. She's gonna be 13 next year, and yeah, she can't see very well. And basically the first night, hi Snowbird. The first night I brought, this was maybe a couple days ago. It was the first night that I brought her in with the bed. I brought her into the room. I was getting ready to sleep. I put a bunch of blankets on the floor so she could be nice and cozy on the floor. She was kind of confused, and she was like putting her feet on the bed, and like she tried to jump up, but she like I said, she can't get on the bed, so she basically like just jumped like a little bit, like her like probably like a centimeter off the ground. Like she tried, but she just cannot get on the bed by herself. And so she gave it a go, and she just went back down. But then loud noises started happening outside that kind of sounded like fireworks, or like a car backfiring or something. And she freaked out. She started freaking out, and she doesn't like loud noises. She doesn't like fireworks. She doesn't like thunder. And so she started panicking, and she wouldn't lay down. I had my hand off the edge of the bed, and she just wanted to be next to my hand because she was scared. And I felt really bad, so I decided to help her up onto the bed. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll just pick you up. Like, I know she won't jump off the bed. So she stayed on the bed all night, but initially I got really anxious. So I texted my mom, and I was like, hey, if you hear a loud bang and I don't wake up, I was like, can you please check my room, because I'm scared that Dewey is gonna fall off the bed. And so the issue, my fear came true, because my mom wakes up at like 5 because she goes to the gym before work. And normally when she wakes up, Zuri follows her into the living room, and well, lo and behold, my mom woke up, and you just hear crash, bang, da 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 da. I shoot up out of bed, and I quickly get out of bed, and Zuri's standing there. Her back legs are shaking. And you know when like a kid falls over and like they fall over and scrape their knee, and the mum like rubs it and they're like, oh, you're okay. That's exactly what I was doing to Zuri. I was like rubbing her legs, and I was rubbing her body, and I was like, you're alright, it's okay, it's alright, good girl, good girl. I was like, it's okay. Because basically the way she went, there was 2 ways she could have gotten off the bed. One which was maybe a better way, and one which was the not so good way. And of course, she went down the not so good way. So basically, my room is, oh, hi Anton, welcome. Feeling quite well. I am feeling well also. Welcome in. For those of you who don't know, my room is really small. I've mentioned it a few times on here. My room is extremely small. My bed takes up about, I'd say, a good 65% of the space in my room. It's very, very tiny. And at the end of my bed, like literally touching the end of my bed, is a table. And that table has my fish tank. Underneath that table is another table. And that table just holds a bunch of random stuff. That's the bad way. The good way would have been if she had walked over me and then jumped off the bed, but she probably most likely wouldn't have done that, because she never does that ever. She always goes off the end of the bed where the table is. And it was fine before when I wasn't on a bed frame and it was just a mattress on the floor, but she walked off the bed, fell onto this table, luckily she didn't fall into the fish tank. She fell onto the smaller table, knocked everything off, and then like just flopped onto the floor. Like she tumbled down, and I think it's because I don't know if she forgot that we were on a high bed, or she was just so used to it being on the floor that she just followed after my mum when she saw her walk past the hallway. But poor girl, she went crash bang boom, fell off the bed. I was so panicked. I was rubbing her down. I was like, oh my god, it's alright. And then, off she went. But when I fed her in the morning, she was fine, wagging her tail. I've taken her for a walk since, and been hanging out with her every day, so she's fine. She just bit of an exciting way to wake up. She was just very scared because she didn't understand what was going on, poor girl. But yeah, silly little lady. But yeah, that's why my crystals were on the ground, because I had some crystals on that table too, and she must have knocked them off when she went on her tumble. I'm just having a look for that story, to see if it's hiding somewhere, because I know I wrote it. I know I did. Right. Just bear with me. Here we go. See, I have this on my laptop as well. Is it written to completion? Huh. This one isn't written to completion. I know I wrote this. Unless it's hiding somewhere under a different name. That's weird. Because I was thinking I might read this to you guys, and then I'll tell you what was written, because I know I wrote it. That's the crazy part. I know I wrote it. That's crazy. What? Let me just see if there's something else. Just to show you how long I've been, I think I rebranded to Calfee in January of 2025. I have a document here of December of 2023, Calfee rebrand to-do list. I've been planning this since 2020. I was planning her since 2023. I don't see it. Okay, I'll read you this story. This will be the last story that we read. And then I will get off for the night. Gosh. But this novel here, I wrote for a, this not novel, this story idea, concept, I wrote for a, writing competition. And like I said, I know I finished it. I know I did. And I will tell you what happens in the story, because I know I freaking finished it. And I'm so blown away that it doesn't exist. I don't know what's happened to it. It honestly is like mind-blowing to me. But I'll read it to you guys. I'll read you what is there at least. I'm like... Okay, here we go. So this was for a writing competition. I don't know what the prompt was, but again, the story is horror-esque because that is what I like to write. I like to write scary, paranormal things. Okay. Okay. Why are we doing this again? Jack questions, brow furrowed as he tries to navigate a poorly drawn map. Because it's a Saturday night and this is the least boring thing happening, Luke replies, swaying his torch left to right. The two boys tiptoed through the deep foliage, being wary of branches beneath them. Jack directed Luke through the forest with simple lefts and rights, while Luke found the best path for Jack to follow after. With every call Jack made, Luke would flip his hair away from his eyes, leaving Jack uneasy. Luke, maybe I should hold the torch and you read the map. Besides, it was found in your old house attic. Jack jogs up to Luke, grabbing at his shoulder. No way, you're doing fine reading that stupid thing. And I'm being an excellent guide. Luke smirks to himself, pulling his shoulder forward as he steps over a cluster of roots. Jack shakes his head in disagreement, but follows Luke's steps over the roots, continuing to call out directions. The sun had just set. The sky was in the motion of turning deep blue and speckled with stars. The moon sat low in the sky, its crescent shape beaming through the old woods. The soft glow accentuated Luke's golden hair, but only gave Jack more the reason to hide his pale skin under his shrouded hood. Each step the boys made left a shallow print into the wet mulch of fallen leaves. Ah! I'm like about to... It was all a dream. That's what it seems like. Let me reread that sentence. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied. Each step the boys made left a shallow print against the wet mulch of fallen leaves. The autumn air sent shivers up their spines. They eventually came across a fallen tree, rotted and covered in leafy moss. Luke decided it was time for a well-earned snack break. The boys sat against the fallen trunk, the moisture seeping into their jeans. Jack lifted his foot up to rest against the arm of a tree, his gothic boot crunching the bark. Luke swung his backpack off his shoulder and into his lap. The zipper thundered its foreign noise through the empty forest, causing Luke to pause for a moment, nervous to attract any unwanted animals. Kit Kat? Snickers? Luke asks as he rummages through the bag. Jack replies with a disinterested mumble as he tries to work out their position on the map. Luke chucks a Snickers bar at Jack's arm, hearing it fall to the ground. Jack ignores it completely. Luke rips open a Kit Kat wrapper and bites against the chocolate, its wafer insides crackling through the forest. So your sister found this, huh? Jack asks. He steps up from the tree, pacing back and forth, looking up every so often to observe their surroundings. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what she said anyways. I think she just drew up nonsense and made a dumb story to go along with it, Luke exclaims, mouthful of Kit Kat. He reaches his hand under the tree and hides the red I'm getting so tongue-tied! And hides the red wrapper as Jack musters a reply. Story? What did she say? Jack looks wide-eyed at Luke, hoping to hear something decent. It's probably bullshit, but she said something about an old man who used to live in these parts. One day he went psycho and murdered his wife and child with an axe and then shot himself. It's really not a very original story, Luke retells, looking down at his feet, jogging on the spot. Jack glares at Luke with, how the hell does she know this look? Dude, she's 14. You know how kids her age are. Creepypasta and all that jazz. You can tell. I wrote this in 2018 and it's showing. Luke dusts off his jeans and leans over to pat Jack on the shoulder, encouraging him to get on with their expedition. Jack snaps out of his daze and clears his throat. According to this map, Jack announces with gestured air quotations, whatever we're looking for should be only a few yards from here. Luke stumbles over his shoelace in anticipation. Well, let's find this thing. It's about time something interesting started happening. Luke waves a torch in all directions, walking aimlessly without letting Jack say a single instruction. Jack forces Luke onto the right course, and they trek deeper into the forest. Before they knew it, they had stumbled into a rundown shack. A defined circle of trees guarded the cabin, with everything leading towards it, dead and lifeless. An odor wafted from the cabin meters ahead of the boys, a heavy, musty smell, like an animal had died nearby. The boys look at one another with shocked faces. Luke, of course, couldn't drop his smug grin, eagerly walking towards the decrepit mass. Jack, on the other hand, stood frozen and unable to move. Maybe it was fear or pure disbelief that they would even find something. He chases after Luke, who has already reached the porch steps. Luke, wait. You can't really be thinking of going in there. Jack hunches over, catching his breath, one hand signaling for Luke to pause. Yeah, dude, I am. What, did you just expect us to get here, then turn around and go home? Luke reaches for Jack's hand, pulling him up the steps. Jack gives Luke a daggering look and straightens himself up. The musty stench was even stronger now, being closer to the shack enhanced its decrepit features. Chipped maroon paint rolling off the wood paneling, several smashed windows, possibly from other curious teenagers looking for trouble. There were beer cans and glass bottles scattered all over the porch, and a few droplets of a dark substance trickling across the porch and down the steps. Jack moves with Luke as he peers through the broken glass and towards the front door. Luke reaches for the rusty handle and turns it gently. A loud click signifies an open door, and Luke carefully pushes it open, its hinges creaking loudly. Jack holds the back of Luke's jacket ever so slightly, following him into the house. The moon shone a white glow through the window, lighting up the extravagant staircase ahead of them. Each step echoed through the home. Jack had begun to regret his choice of shoes and whispers to Luke that maybe he should stay behind. You can't stay here. We have to explore this place together. Just take them off or oh my god, I'm stumbling. Just take them off or something, Luke says with his voice slightly raised. I'm not taking my shoes off. I'll probably get tetanus or something. Seriously, I'll just explore this bottom floor. You go upstairs. Luke nods in agreement and slowly walks backwards towards the staircase. His sneakers barely make a sound. He leaps up the stairs, mumbling something along the lines of, "Scream if you see anything," with a wicked laugh afterwards. Jack chuckles to himself and steps toward the living room. He feels the room dim and notices the front door was now closed, although neither of them closed it. Jack stumbles toward the door, stepping over fallen chairs and broken planks. He twists the handle, just as Luke did, and it barely moved. He gave it a solid jiggle, and it barely made a sound. What the hell? Jack thought, stepping back. Jack ignores the living room and goes towards the kitchen. He listens as Luke furiously checks drawer after drawer, which can only be assumed as bedroom dressers. Jack runs his fingertips along the bench top, feeling his finger gather mountains of dust. He slowly steps toward the kitchen sink, noticing past the ghostly curtains, a chopping block and a wooden axe bedded deep into it. All of a sudden, a crash of pots and pans thunders as they drop from their hanging place above the island. Luke's voice echoes through the house, calling for Jack, and Jack replies with a quick, "It's okay." His hand clenched to his chest, heart pounding. Jack closes his eyes and takes in a deep breath. He looks toward the chopping block again, only to see the axe missing. His stomach drops and he stumbles back into the island. "I swear, it was there. This can't be," Jack mutters, losing his balance. Jack turns to run for the stairs, ignoring his heavy boots beating the ground, but instead of a clear shot to the staircase, a musky figure floats in front of him. Before he can comprehend the apparition's existence, a cool breeze pushes past him and the wind is knocked out of him. Jack falls to his knees, wheezing and coughing. For a moment the thought of death passes his mind, but before that thought has a chance to play through, he can breathe again. Jack stands to his feet and holds his head. What the hell? Before Jack can finish a final end scene, it stops there. Basically, what I know I wrote was that the ghost apparition of the guy who killed his family still haunts the house, and basically he has like a ring around the rosy moment in the kitchen around the island with the ghost, and it's just them trying to escape the house. I wrote it. I know I did. I don't know where it went. I don't know if I like wrote it and didn't save it, but yeah, there's that. That's funny. Another thing from 2018, 7 years ago, Calfee 2018. Crazy stuff. Oh boy. Okay. But that is gonna be all from me today. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out for this short stream. Sorry it is just a short one today. I have just had such a crazy couple days. I've just been so tired. Today was supposed to be Overwatch, but I didn't have space to download Overwatch, and we were gonna play Monty Hunter, but I got so caught up talking about my writing, so we will do Monty Hunter next week. But tomorrow we are doing a stream. We're making a zoo in Minecraft, so I was gonna do creative for that one. I'll play Minecraft creative and make a zoo, and then I believe Sunday is a morning stream for members only morning stream, so that'll be really fun too. Thanks for the good reads. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. It's always fun talking about writing. I really wish that I was able to like incorporate it more into my streams, but I'm hoping with my rebrand I can kind of gear it more towards my hobbies more, which will be fun. But yeah, so yeah, I'm probably gonna brush my teeth because I have to put my bands in for my braces, and I do need to edit. I haven't posted a video for you guys and I'm so sorry. I have stuff that needs to be edited, but like I said, I've just been so fucking busy, and with the Christmas streams now, like I have no afternoon time. I feel so busy all the time now, but I will do my best like always. But yes, I'll be live tomorrow night and then Sunday morning for the members only stream, so I will see you all for that. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Wherever you are from. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Good night. Bye guys. Appreciate you. Bye bye.